Hey guys, welcome back to Rule the World. Last episode was a bit of a story episode, but we do have a goal now. We have to explore Betania and the Woodland Realm. Now, we made this pretty amazing bow as well, the Bow of God Kings. Oh, excuse me, Martin. And it's pretty cool. Pyoing. It's a pretty awesome bow. It can like snipe people from miles away and does like 20 damage. So that combined with the Black Razor, we've already got like a one-man army in our own pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore Betania this episode and get busy working our way through that mod, because the closer we get to the end of Betania, well, we can also get to Alfheim, which is where the second part of Renzovia is, but also we can get some wings, which means we can fly around, and as soon as we can start flying around, that means I can start properly making my huge castle. I want to make a big, massive castle centered right in the kingdom of Stinterfell. So let's do it. Right, so I'm going to need a few things before I get started on Betania, because we've got some furnaces over here, and we've also got some electric furnaces, some redstone furnaces over here by the bakery, and these are all pretty cool. I really like the way they work, but what I need to do is get some furnaces set up over by the smeltery, so that any of the ores that we have that we can't put through the smeltery itself, we can just use some ovens, some of these, let me see that, yeah, the redstone furnaces. We can use these redstone furnaces instead to smelt up our ore and turn it into bars. Now I'm going to use a windmill setup to get that going. Now we've got some blades in here, but I'll have to make another controller. So one in here. No, there should be one around though. I've definitely seen one around. Windmill controller. There's a windmill controller. But we're going to need some... what's the recipe for a windmill blade? We're going to need some sticks and some wool. Luckily, we've got 2,000 wool. So a stack of 64 should get us plenty of those. And we're going to need some shafts and other things. So I'm going to come back to you in a sec when I've crafted those things, and we can get busy making some windmills for our furnaces. Right, okay, here we go. Oh, I'm getting low on food. Time to chomp down some carrots. So where are we going to put this windmill? We have a lot of windmills on the compound so far. So where is there enough space, do you think, to put the windmills? Well, first up, let's think about where we're going to put the ovens. Now, how many of these things do we have? We have 4 ovens. That wasn't an oven, that was a seed. There we go. Now, we could put the ovens along here, along the back. I think that's a good place to put them. Shall we? Yeah, why not? It's a great place to put them. And now what I can do is I can bring the windmill controller through this window, and we can put the windmill on the roof up here. So let's just jump up there and get this in motion. Shortcut onto the roof through the hedge. Yeah, no sweat. So we need a windmill controller, which we're going to dig into, I think, the... oh, man. Again, it's just going to be so much more useful and handy when I actually have the wings to be able to fly up and do things up without nerd polling around, because it's actually such a huge draw on what I can do. So what we'll do is we'll come up here with a nerd pole. Now we can remove this wood afterwards, so no worries. I'm just going to dig through here. Now I don't actually have a pickaxe. I'm going to have to go and make one, I think. I might as well make myself like a heavy-duty emerald one, or a sapphire or peridot one, because why not? I'm gonna need a pickaxe eventually that can go the distance and last a while. So let's just go over to the warehouse and make one of those. Right, so we need some kind of gemstone. It'll be either a sapphire. Ruby works. 1, 2, 3. Now I've been trying to keep like green tools, but you know what? A red tool, that's absolutely fine. And some sticks. There we go. Just whip together a ruby pick. Bam. Oh, I do love the Bow of God Kings. This is an amazing beast. I love the crosshair. I love the super zoom sharpshooter. And let's see how much damage it can do. Refresh our memory on that. I don't see anybody to shoot. I could shoot myself. That'd be a really bad idea, though, because I'd probably kill myself. Let's just shoot into the air. Pew! And how long does it take to come back down? Whoa! Oh my god, that flew forever. And we can pick up the arrow by just going over to it. Nice. That's really cool, actually. I love seeing how far we can actually draw back, shoot up high into the sky, and actually this should come down right on top of me. Or is wind carrying it? Oh, there it goes. Oh no, where's that gone? Oh no, it's up the tree! Or is it in the water? Damn. Oh no, there it is, on the hedge. Nice. Right, so another nerd pole here. Get my axe out, and now we're going to dig through the wall here and have, I think, the windmill controller. Oh wait, no, we'll put the windmill controller just one above, and we'll put that cobblestone piece back there. Now, which way does the windmill controller have to face? I've forgotten. I think, is that correct? Or is it the other way around? Who cares for now, because we can always change it around at the end. So let's just dig down a bit, get rid of this nerd pole a bit, and we can start putting in the... no, actually, hang on a sec. If we put the windmill controller there, it won't be able to actually put the windmill on because the roof will be in the way. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to bring it out one, I think. There we go. And I think we're going to use just some stone brick steps because that's what I've got handy. Oh. There we go. And now I'll put the windmill on top of that. Right, and there we go. Now, I'm not sure if this gear thing has to turn around, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they mesh up. I keep forgetting. But I've got 20 windmill blades here, so I can start putting those around and getting them in place. And we're going to need to expand our nerd pole a bit. Let's move the bag of holding a bit. There we go. Right, so if I put the windmill there and then just start making a windmill around this, I shouldn't need to make a very... Whoops. I shouldn't need to make a very big windmill because... Oh. Because I don't think these redstone furnaces are going to need a lot of power because we're not going to be using them 24/7. And the way these furnaces work is they can store power instead of using it all straight away, which is a really cool thing to be able to do. So let's just... Oh, I reckon like probably a 4x... Will I have enough? I don't think I'll have enough windmill blades for a 4x4 windmill, but I definitely have enough for a 9 block one. Yeah, that's about as big as I can actually get it. Now, it looks like the windmill is actually the wrong way around, but it's okay. Have I got my hammer? Yeah, there it is, the wooden hammer. We can use this thing to turn the windmill around. Either way, let's start strapping the... oh, no, hang on a sec. I had some... There we go. Let's start strapping the torque shafts to the windmill and see if we can get it to work. So we want a torque junction. First up. But the best way to... oh, there we go. The best way to do windmills is to come from where the power is going first. So we want... Are these going to work? Are these kind of junctions going to work? Actually, I think if all of these furnaces are in a line, they should share the same power source. So let's try that. I don't think you need them to be all separately wired up. There we go. So let's just try plonking this one here to start with. And then we can just bring power down right to the middle one. Right, so we just want a torque shaft like this. And up again. And, oh, not enough room up here. And up like that. Now come through here. I have to break this wall a bit. I can fix it in a sec, don't worry. And now... I think... Oh no, we need a junction there. So that'd be... like this. So a shaft up to a junction, and then a shaft out towards the windmill controller. There we go, that should work. Oh, but it's a bit too small, a bit too low. Okay, let's try again. There we go. And there we are, that's all hooked up. So why isn't the windmill connecting? You know what, I think maybe we need more windmill blades. So I'm going to go over and grab some from the warehouse. Right, so maybe the windmill needs to be like 5x5 as like its minimum size. Let's try that. Here we go. Yeah, it's working already. Nice. Okay, so everything is set up correctly. And that is the smallest you can make a windmill. 5x5. And oh yeah, that looks tiny. That's the most pathetic windmill I've ever seen. But it's okay. Like I said, it should turn the shaft quick enough to get our things working. And let's just put the stone bricks there. Get our axe out, get rid of the nerd pole. We might have to jimmy around some of the shafts, but this should all work okay. Right, so the windmill's turning, but I'm not sure the controller's set up quite correctly. So if we just break these few blocks, get our hammer out. The right hammer, not the fiery Thor. There we go, now it's all turning. And now let's check the power levels on the furnaces. 2,400, 2,400. It looks like everything's okay, but let's test out because these things might not be doing it correctly. What if we take some of the power out? Is it getting the power back? There we are. We're going to make a whole bunch of charcoal, but it's okay because we're just using this to test out the furnaces to see how much power they have. Right, so again, these aren't quite working. Let me go and get some universal cable from the warehouse just to see if they work with that. Because there are a few bugs with the Ancient Warfare mod in that, like, sometimes you can't get windmills to work with furnaces just because the shafts don't connect up properly sometimes. This connects up to the shafts, as you can see, because it's filling up, and it gives us energy. So the windmill is powering these furnaces now. Now, when this one gets to full, does the energy bleed over? Let's take a look, wait and see. So when the energy gets to full, does it charge the other ones? No, it doesn't, but again, we can just fix that with cables. And there we go. It's like a bit of a messy setup, but it's just because this mod pack is a bit buggy. And sometimes, you know, with modded Minecraft, you have to kind of make exceptions and fill the gaps. So now these things are all charging up. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's not charging up at an amazing rate, like probably about as quick as it's being used, but honestly, that's all we need from these furnaces. Just enough energy to keep them going. So yeah, and what that means is, now that we've got these, we can start smelting some of these other things that don't smelt in the actual smeltery, like the nether platinum. There were nether diamonds as well. Where do we put those? Not the elderite. Maybe the peridot. Let's try some of these in the furnaces, because I think they should work. Have I got any nether diamonds in here? No. They must be in here then. No, they're not. Did we actually put them in a different chest then? Or maybe we left them in the smelter even though they couldn't smelt. No, we didn't. Oh, look at this stuff. Oh, there's loads of junk in here. Right, well, let's go and get the nether diamond ore and see if it smelts up, because we're going to need a lot of diamonds, I think, to get down and deep into Betania. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nether diamond, nether emerald, nether gold. Let's try that. Nether platinum. Got one more of those. Nether sapphire. Nice. Nether pig iron. And a whole lot of netherrack, but we're just going to leave that there for the time being. Oh, wait. And I almost forgot the one most important thing for Betania, the wand of the forest. It's going to come in really handy. And there we go. The window is mostly fixed. It looks a bit weird, but that's a-okay. Now let's try smelting some of this weird stuff that we've collected from the nether. So first up, the nether diamond. Does this work? Oh, yeah, it's smelting away. Now let's see what we get. Do we get a diamond per... Oh, no. Wow, we get 2 diamond ore per nether diamond farmed. Wow. So farming in the nether is actually a really valuable idea. Let's see how many emeralds we get and platinum. This is going to be crazy. It's going to put the rest of these in this chest and save them for later, because, oh, man, this is really cool. Yeah, it looks like it all works. So we can come back here, and I think what we're probably going to do is we're going to get about 60 diamonds or something from this. Well, no, 2 5s. We're going to get exactly 40 diamonds from this. That's really cool. Okay, well, enough fannying around. Let's go over to the Betania area and get working on some cool flowers. Right, I can't find my Lexica Betania, but it doesn't matter, because with a book and a sapling, we can make our Lexica Betania again. Now, it's been a long time since we've done anything with Betania. Do you know why? Because it takes forever to get the mana to be able to do what you want with Betania. So what we've done, let me just get some oak wood. I'm also going to take some cobblestone to smelt into stone so that we can get some living rock. And where's our cobblestone? We should have a fair amount of it by now. There we go, 42,000. Oh my god. Well, you know, how much room is there in our... Yeah, 109,000 things in our warehouse. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's more things than I've ever owned in my lifetime. It's crazy. So we'll get this cobblestone cooking up so we can turn the stone into living rock. In it goes, plop, and we'll take out the diamond, why not? And in goes the cobblestone there, and out that comes. I might just leave this here because I haven't got room. I'll tell you what though, I do have my golden bag of holding, which I can use as like a storage space. There we go. Right, so let's go and mess around with some Betania. Now, I mentioned to you guys before that we were going to make some mana-generating flowers, and that's exactly what we did. We've got the day bloom and the nightshade over here, and these generate mana during the day or during the night, and they shoot it to the mana spreader in the middle. These things over here, these hydro flowers, they drink the water that's inside of this giant vat of water, this big water tank, and the water tank is constantly refilled because it's got source blocks, and it drinks the water, turns it into mana, and that comes here, and these green beams are like the mana being shot into the middle, and then it gets shot over here where it's stored in mana pools. And that's what we have over here. We have 3 thick, full to the brim mana pools. So now it's time to change what we're looking for to Betania. Now, we need to have a goal in mind, and we have 2. We're really fortunate like that our first goal is wings. We need wings because then we can fly, and flying just makes everything so much easier. Along the way, there's going to be some cool things that we're going to pick up, because there's all kinds of cool and funky stuff from Betania, like a corporea crystal cube. I don't know what that does, but it must be cool, right? A Gaia spirit, that must be amazing. Mana lens, paint slinger, weight, influence. See, there's so much stuff that we don't know anything about. It's going to be really cool to check this stuff out and see what it does. Also, look at this. We can get like a whole kind of Betania-style armor set. Wow. And rings of power. Greater band of mana, greater band of aura, Sojourner's sash. Some of this stuff looks really cool. But before we get there, we've got to do the boring process of A, gathering leaves, like the mana petals, and then B, collecting some of these runes. So let's open up the Lexica Betania and see what it takes to get us down along the path of wings for flight. So what is Alphomancy, the portal to Alfheim? It's said that once elves used to share the world with us Minecrafters. Due to unknown events, they would have been banished back to their own world, Alfheim. So wait, hang on a sec, that's why the Elven Lord comes from Alfheim. It's where all the elves live. Well, of course, it's where Oberon lives, so it must be where this evil elf lord lives. Experimentation has been done in an attempt to bridge the gap between the 2 worlds. The means of creating a portal that does just that have been devised. Whoops, we didn't mean to bookmark it. Let's turn the page. Creating this portal proves not to be an easy task, as quite a few resources are needed. Requirements are as follows, right? 8 living wood blocks. Easy. 3 glimmering living wood. I don't know what that is. 1 elven gateway core. Could be in trouble here. Read on. 2 mana pools. And 2 Natura pylons. Now, okay, some of this stuff is going to be quite tricky to get, but the rest of it I think we can handle, so I wouldn't worry too much. Anyway, if that Joker Duncan has gotten to Alfheim, there's no way I'm going to have any troubles doing it myself. So let's see what we need to get some of these things done. And let's look at wings, actually. So let's see. Prismarine. Thorncraft integration. Oh, no way. Buildcraft integration. Ooh. So we don't want basics and mechanics because we've handled all of these. We've got pure daisies. We haven't got a runic altar yet, and that's going to be the next step. So right-clicking on this block will empty your hand. After a recipe is complete, we'll place back the items used for the last recipe. Okay. Runes are extremely important components of complex magical devices or flora. In order to create these runes, you need a runic altar. Right, so to get runes, you need a runic altar. So let's do that. Let's make one of these. So how do you make a runic altar? Let's just click on it. Okay, we can't. Proceed by clicking on a mana spreader, linking a mana spreader to the altar, and right-click it with a wand of the forest. And that is how you make a runic altar. Right, well, we can get a diamond, no sweat. And to get a mana diamond, basically anytime you see mana before something, like a mana pearl or a mana diamond, it basically just means take a diamond or take a pearl and throw it in the mana pool, and suddenly it becomes like a mana version of whatever was there before. So while we're out and about, I'm just going to put down some more logs, because it's always good to refill your pure daisy pens with wood and stone, just because you always need a little bit more living wood and a little bit more living rock than you think. In that respect, it's a lot like coal, because the thing with coal is you always think you need a lot of it, and at the start you do, but then suddenly you stop thinking that you need it because you've got other alternatives, and then in the end, when you do need it again, you haven't got it because you haven't collected it when you're out and about. Very important. Also, flax is string. Now, where did I put... I tell you what, we won't bother using the diamonds yet. Instead, we're going to use some of the ender pearls that we've got. Are they in my bag of holding? No, so they must be over here in the warehouse. And we're going to turn these ender pearls into mana pearls. And then those mana pearls will become what we use to make the runic altar. Now, where are the ender pearls? They look very distinct, so they're going to be hard to miss. And also they begin with E. C, D, E, N, Elementium. Ender, there we go, Ender Pearl. So we might as well take a stack, because you never know when you're going to need some. I'll just take 8. I'll take 8. That should be enough. Oh, low on health, low on hunger, so I'm just going to eat some more of these chickens. One of the awesome things about this farm is that it produces way more food than we're ever likely to need. So it's never a problem for me to carry around a stack of cooked chickens. But man, can you imagine trying to balance like 60 whole cooked chickens in your hands while you're running around? That'd be crazy. I don't think I could do it. I just could not do it. I would buckle under the pressure. Let's get some of that stone out of the furnaces so we can put them in with the living wood and get some of that on the go. There we go. Stone 1. You know why it says the 1 next to it? Because it's item code number 1. And do you know what that means? It means it was the first material Notch ever created. Much like God created like what did he create on the first day? Light. He said, "Let there be light." Notch said, "Let there be stone," in like a Swedish accent because that's what he sounds like. And there was stone. Lo and behold, there was stone. And then on the 7th day, which is like basically when patch 1.3 or 4 came out, he sold to Microsoft and quit. GG. Right, let's get this wood back. Now, I do like Betania as a mod. Like, a lot of mods I find a bit boring because they rely too much on machines, and the progression through the mods isn't, like, amazing. Like, it's actually a bit clunky and not cool. But Betania, it feels very natural. Lol, get it? Because it's, like, using nature and stuff. But no, it feels natural in that, like, it's fun to do. And I tell you what, actually, we could put the runic altar over this way, because it has to be attached to a mana spreader. But if we break this one here, we can turn it around so it's not shooting at these mana pools anymore, and instead it's shooting this way. Question is, how far is this thing going to shoot? Let's try and turn it around to face this way. Now, if we... Oh. You know what? Never mind. If you want a job done right, just get your pick out. Oh, wait, I need an axe to get this. Get an axe out, break it, and put it down again. So we're going to try using the mana spreader facing this way instead, and let's see how far it goes. Oh man, rain! I hate rain. Let me go and sleep this off.